Welcome back mga kabayan. Nagbabalik po muli ang inyong lingkod upang magbigay sa inyo ng mga bago at nagbabagang mga balita. Tila ba naging mainit na usapin ang isyong ito sa mundo ng social media? Naku po, Luistro or si Congresswoman Luistro ay umamin na nga sa Kongreso at sa harap ng publiko. 450K or 450,000 natatanggap niya mula kay Tamba upang siraan ang mga taong gustong siraan ni Tamba. House of Thieves nga talaga. Dito nga natin makikita mga kaibigan kung gaano kagahaman at kasakim itong mga kongresista sa pera. Dito nga natin mapapatunayan mga kaibigan na itong mga kongresistang ito ay tunay ngang sakim sa pera dahil isipin mo 450,000 pesos every month para siraan mo lang ang mga taong gustong siraan nitong si Tambaloslos Romualdez. Tila ba itong si Luistro na ito ay kinain na talaga ang kanyang integridad at wala nang pakialam kung malaman ito ng tao. Ngunit sa kasamaang pala dahil hindi niya na daw kinakaya ay umamin na siya. Dito nga natin makikita mga kaibigan na ang pag-amin ni Luistro na ito ay nagsisimbolo or nagpapakita ng takot. Dahil nga mga kaibigan kapag iba ang nakakita nito or iba ang nakakalungkat nito ay siguradong maikukulong itong si Luistro. Ngunit sa pag-amin niya na ito ay pwede niya pang maresolbahan at pwede niya pang gawin ng paraan para hindi siya mabulok sa kulungan at humimas ng malamig na rehas dito sa presinto na kanyang ipagtatapunan sa kanya. Ngunit kahit na ganito mga kaibigan, kung may mga ganitong pangyayari dapat pa rin ay managot ang mga sangkot katulad na lamang ng mga tiwaling mga kongresistang ito at dapat silang magbayad sa kanilang mga kasalanan. Hindi porkit kongresista sila may pera at kapangyarihan ay hindi na sila pwedeng ikulong. Dapat mga ganitong mga tao ay dapat pa rin na ikukulong at magbayad at maparusaan. Hindi katulad ng mga mahihirap na hindi lang naikukulong, minsan napapahirapan pa. Well, para nga sa kabuang impormasyon ay panoorin na lamang ang buong video. At kung bago ka pa lamang sa ating channel ay huwag kakalimutang mag-subscribe, pindutin ang notification bell at piliin ang all upang laging maging updated sa mga bago at nagbabagang mga balita. At sa mga solid viewers naman natin dyan, maraming salamat naman po sa patuloy na pagtangkilik sa ating channel. Tuloy-tuloy lang po ang laban para sa katotohanan at para na rin sa kinabukasan ng ating pinakamamahal na bansang Pilipinas. Huwag din pong kakalimutang mag-iwan ng like at i-share ang ating mga videos.
I was appointed as DepEd Undersecretary by President Ferdinand Romualdez as recommended by Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte in 2022. Bakit po paano po ninyo nakilala si VP Sara? At bakit kayo po ang napili niya na irekomenda bilang Undersecretary ng DepEd?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chair. We actually went.
Kasi ito lang singit-singitin ko lang na mabilisan. Yun hong 50,000, malamang sa malamang. Pagpalagay na natin, totoo. Pero para i-connecta kay Vice President Sara Duterte, ibang bagay ho yun. Dalawang magkaibang bagay, yung pagtanggap niya ng 50,000 at yung pagkonekta doon sa natatanggap niya 50,000 kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Relax lang mga aso ni Tamba. Yan ba si Chino? Yan ba si Chino yung nasa gilid? Yan ba yung di umanong magiging asawa nitong si ano? Siya ba yun? Naku po, parang malansa din ang amoy ko dito, Sir Ibi Pagka ganito, naaamoy natin, malansa tong mama na to. Tuloy, ganun yun Pagtanggap ng 50K, pagpalagay natin, totoo, ibigay natin dito sa ali. Ano lang, bigay natin yung benefit of the doubt. Pero yung maikonekta kay Vice President Sara Duterte, dalawang magkaibang bagay yun. Okay? Tuloy.
Through a selection process. There was an advertisement by the CES board that the Department of Education is going to recruit undersecretaries, assistant secretaries. So we saw that ad. I was currently working with the Office of the Presidential Advisor for streamlining government processes. And so we applied, we were interviewed, and then we received communication that we passed the interview and the process, the selection process, and that we are to assume at a specific date.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin po, prior to your appointment as Undersecretary, hindi pa po nyo kilala si Vice President Sara Duterte. Tama po ba?
Kilala naman po,
Kilala
Your
na po
Honor,
ninyo.
kasi she studied at the Development Academy of the Philippines where I
Okay.
was the Dean and the Senior Vice President.
Chino.
She was our graduate student.
So, din po kayo sa DAP.
Yes po, sir.
Ano
Your Honor.
pong course ang kung saan po kayo din?
Sir, it's just
Ah,
one.
so yung buong DAP kayo po yung ano?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Development
It's the
Academy, tama
Graduate
po ba?
School of Public and Development Management.
Okay. So, dito po ninyo nakilala si VP Sara.
Yes po. Yes, Your Honor. And
Okay.
I was actually her advisor of her thesis for her master's degree.
Okay.
Uy,
So,
may master's.
so yung
degree si
recommendation
Sara,
po niya, kayo po ay naging Undersecretary for Human Resources and Organizational Development. Tama po ba?
Yes, yes, Chair.
Okay. So, ilan po ba ang USEC ng DepEd?
We were 9 po.
Siyam po. Ano-ano po yung mga USEC na to?
USIC for finance, admin,
Kaya na,
infrastructure.
Admin.
Infrastructure?
infra?
Yeah.
Lundagan ho mga
were
aso ka,
admin,
mamaya panoorin
finance, curriculum.
Ano to kumbaga dito sa ano na to, dito sa pagdinig na to, ganito gusto nilang palabasin diyan eh. Ayaw mo dumalo sa hearing. Ayaw mo paliwanag ang sarili mo o dudurugin ka namin kahit wala ka dito. Ganun ho strategy gagawin ng mga aso ni Tamba dito.
Human resource and organizational development.
Pakilakasan po, pakilakasan.
Human resource and organizational development, operations, planning, procurement, and the
procurement.
chief of staff.
Kasi
And
may
the-
USEC for procurement po.
Sir, the USEC for procurement was a product of an organizational review which we did when we came into DAP, into DepEd.
Okay. So, as USEC for Human Resources and Organizational Development, kayo rin po ay na-designate as head ng procuring entity.
Only in 2023, sir. February 2023.
So, dalawa po yung function ninyo. USEC po kayo ng Human Resources and at the same time, kayo rin po ang head ng procuring entity. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Bakit hindi po yung USEC for procurement ang head ng procuring entity or ng HOPE? Bakit po yung sa human resources po? Kayo po, yung opisina po ninyo, ang pagkakaalam ko sa human resources, kayo po yung sa mga recruitment ng tao, tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yun po yung trabaho ninyo, tama po ba?
Ang trabaho ko po, Mr. Chair, is human resource. Then I have the National Educators Academy of the Philippines and the Teachers Excellence Council.
Tama po.
There's 1.1
So in short
billion.
po, yung trabaho ninyo has nothing to do with procurement.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Mr.
So ang
Chair.
tanong ko po, bakit po kayo ang naging head ng procuring entity? Bakit kayo po ang napili?
I think it's a trust.
It's a trust. So, kasi pwede naman yung finance, pwede naman po yung admin, tama po ba? Okay. So it's a trust.
Trust.
Thank you po. So kanina po, binanggit po ninyo dito sa inyong paragraph 3 ng affidavit ninyo, sabi nyo, as one of the signatories of DepEd checking account, alongside USEC, Annalyn Sevilla, I signed check related to the department's confidential fund and recall that each one amounted to 37,500,000. So ito pong 37,500,000, ilang beses po kayong nagpirma ng cheque?
Wait lang ho, yan lamang na pag-uusapan tong confidential fund na to. Ito ho kay Marcos Jr. Press Marcos office spent 1.1 billion out of 4.5 billion so far in confidential fund and intelligence fund. Eh ano ho mga kababayan, ang pinag-uusapan lang ho natin dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte, 30 million. Ha? 30 million, naglulundagan ho itong mga aso nitong si Tambaluslos. Pero itong 1.1 billion na ginastos nitong si Marcos Jr. as of today, dyan sa kanyang 5.4 billion na confidential intelligence fund, hindi ho nila tinatanong yan. Tignan nyo, nakuha nyo ho ba? Nakuha nyo ho ba mga kababayan? Ganyan ho ka walang kwenta itong mga congressman na to. Tuloy.
In connection dito sa 37,000, ilang 37,500,000 pong cheque ang napirmahan po ninyo? Habang hope po kayo.
Mr. Chair, I'm not very sure if it's 2 or 3.
Okay.
It should be around that.
2 or 3. So
Yes.
more or less, mga nasa 54 million ang napirmahan po ninyo. Tama po?
Yeah, but separate checks.
Apo, dalawang check na worth 37 times 74. Apo. Now,
Alam lang ho nilang bilangan yung 30 million, 50 million, 100 million. Pero yung 1.1 billion, di ho nila alam yan. Di ho nila pakikialaman yan. Anong toko ah.
so sabi po ninyo sa paragraph 4, between February 2023 to September 2023, I received a total of 9 envelopes
Naku.
labeled Hope.
Hope.
My current position in DepEd during that time.
Concurrent,
Ano po? Tama po ba?
concurrent position.
Yes.
Your Honor.
So tama po ba itong sinabi ninyo?
Yes,
Okay.
Mr.
Ano po
Chair.
yung laman nitong siyam na envelope na to?
It's 50,000 pesos.
50,000. So, 50,000 times 9. So, for 9 months, ilang buwan po kayong naging Hope? 9 months?
May I explain that?
Yes, please.
I've been receiving that envelope, but I never opened it while I was at DepEd. Some of my friends, when I left, we saw that those envelopes still intact, not opened. So I actually didn't know how much money there was in each of the envelope.
But how did you know na pera po ang
When I
laman?
retired already, I was asking for an exit call so I could
You were
return
asking for?
for an exit call when I was leaving already DepEd because I wanted to return those envelopes, but I wasn't able to have that exit call. I wasn't able to return, but so I sought some advice, and they just advised me to donate it to a non-government organization, which I did. And that's the only time that I opened those envelopes in front of the people that I was donating it. And it was 50,000 per envelope.
So, 50,000 times 9.
It's 450 po. And
450.
They issued me a receipt for that 450.
Okay. Sino po nag-issue ng receipt?
Yung the one who, it's an
The one
it's
na...
an NGO that I
Okay.
donated
So, yung
the money.
pinag-donate po ninyo.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
have that receipt?
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Your-
Can we
yes,
have a
Mr.
copy
Chair.
of the receipt,
Yes,
ma'am?
Mr. Chair.
Thank you po. So, buwan-buwan po, nakakatanggap po kayo ng 50,000 at sinasabi po netong si Assistant Secretary Sunshine Fajarda. Sabi po ninyo sa kanya, itong envelope na to ay galing po from the Office of Vice President Sara Duterte o galing kay BP. So, ano po ba ang trabaho nito ni Assistant Secretary Sunshine Fajarda?
She used to be the head executive assistant.
Heya.
And then, yes, and then she became an assistant secretary.
Okay. At ang asawa po niya, sabi po ninyo dito, si Edward Fajarda, siya naman po ang Special Disbursement Officer. Tama po ba?
Yes.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin po, itong mag-asawa po, si Sunshine Fajarda at si Edward Fajarda, ay very close po talaga sa Vice President. Tama po ba? Masasabi po ba ninyo na very close sila?
I couldn't say that po.
Pero the fact na si Sunshine Fajarda ay Heya, so siya po yung laging kasama. Tama po ba?
Pilit,
If you're the Heya, you're usually the one who has trust and confidence from the
Yes,
president.
trust and confidence. So ang ano po ba yung mga trabaho kadalasan ng Heya?
It's really doing the
Parang chief of staff din po yan
Yes.
Tama po ba? So pag dumating na si Heya at may sinabi pong instruction sa inyo, parang ang kausap na rin po ninyo yung boss. Tama po ba?
yes,
So,
Mr.
okay.
Chair.
So ito po bang so tuwing nagpupunta po siya sa inyo, sabi ninyo 9 months. Sunod-sunod nagbibigay po siya ng envelope na may laman pong 50,000. Tuwing nagpupunta po siya sa inyo, sinasabi po niya galing kay VP. Tama po ba?
Kami po yung umaakyat sa
Umaakyat kayo.
Office of the Secretary.
Saan po kayo umaakyat? Saan office po?
Sa Office of the Secretary. Kasi that's where she holds office.
Sa office ni Assistant Secretary Fajarda.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Chair.
By the way, ito po bang opisina po niya? Gaano po ito kalayo sa opisina ni BP Sara?
The same...
Same office. So, ibig sabihin, isang opisina lang po silang dalawa. Okay. Pero kasi normally po, yung USEC ang nagpapatawag ng ASEC eh. Tama po ba? Tama po ba? Kasi mas mataas po yung USEC kaysa sa ASEC eh. But this time, yung ASEC po ang nagpapatawag sa USEC. Tama po ba?
Yes, Chair.
Okay. So, yun po hindi naman normal kasi normally talaga ang boss ng ASEC, yung USEC. Tama po ba? Okay. So, the fact na kayo po ay pinatatawag ng ASEC, ibig sabihin po talaga, talagang very close at talagang parang very close siya sa secretary.
close
Tama
na,
po ba?
sige na.
Parang
Close
alter
na.
ego po siya.
Oh.
Okay. Yung, pakidescribe nyo nga yung opisina ng Office of the Vice President at saka ito pong opisina ni Assistant Secretary Sunshine Fajarda. Ano po ba yan? Isang, kunyari, halimbawa, ito po, isang opisina to. Meron lang po ba siya doong table o meron din siyang sariling opisina doon?
May sarili siyang...
May sariling opisina. So para siyang chief of staff doon. Okay. Pero lahat yan under ng Office of the Secretary. Kasi normally po, ang mga may opisina lang po doon, USEC. Tama po ba? Ang mga USEC po, may kanya-kanyang opisina. Tama po ba?
Sa baba po.
Sa baba. Yung mga ASEC po, may mga opisina rin po ba?
Yes,
Saan
yes,
po? Sa baba rin.
Naka-scattered kasi madami.
Naka-scattered. So, ibig sabihin, on top dun sa opisina niya as ASEC, meron din siyang opisina sa loob ng opisina ng secretary as HEA.
No po, Chair.
Wala.
Yun lang yung office niya.
Ayun lang ang office niya. So, ibig sabihin
Kasama
talaga...
din niya yung USEC, yung Chief of Staff.
Okay.
Ang nag-office doon, Chief of Staff at saka yung ASEC.
Dun sa loob ng opisina ng secretary.
And then
Okay.
Yes.
So, yun lang po.
Lang kwenta. Yung magaling magtanong,
Salamat
yung magaling
po.
magtanong.
Yes, with the indulgence of Congresswoman Luistro, the Chair would like to recognize Congressman J. Konghun.
In connection lang po ma'am, doon sa tanong ni Chair. Tanong ko lang po ma'am, nung naramdaman niyo po na may nag-aabot po sa inyo ng sobre, buwan-buwan, ano po ang pakiramdam niyo? Bakit hindi niyo po binuksan?
I must admit that I was uncomfortable with those envelopes, but parang ang hirap din kasi I'm not sure if others are receiving. Parang ang hirap din I didn't know if others are receiving. I cannot say. So ang ginawa ko na lang is I had this pouch that iniiwan ko lang sa office. Nilalagay ko lang doon yung mga binibigay sa akin na pera.
Sa pakiramdam po ninyo, para po saan yun?
Ang feeling ko is she has naman resources to give to she has probably personal resources that she can share to to her people, and I'm not really, ayoko mag-speculate, but the only thing I could say is I wasn't comfortable with it.
Hindi po ba kayo nagtataka? Kayo po yung head ng HOPE, ng procuring entity, tapos may natatanggap po kayo na buwan ng 50,000?
As I mentioned, it is uncomfortable, and that's precisely the reason why I wasn't opening it at all. I was just putting it in one pouch.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The Chair
Mr.
would
Chair,
like to recognize Congresswoman Luistro.
thank you. My question is addressed to Ma'am Mercado. Ma'am, do you confirm when you were still in DepEd, you were occupying concurrently USEC for HR and HOPE?
Yes.
Sabay
Mr.
po yun. When were you appointed as Undersecretary for Human Resources and Organizational Development?
We were all appointed together by the President July, but I only assumed
Can you please state the year?
July 2022 po.
Okay.
But I only assumed office in August 15, 2022 because I was still winding up my work with another office.
So you would agree with me if I say that you were appointed as USEC for HR July 22, but you assumed the position August 15, 2022?
Yes,
With
Mr.
respect
Chair.
to your appointment as head of procuring entity, kailan po kayo na-appoint?
That's February 2023.
February 2023. Let's go back to your appointment as USEC for HR. From August 15, 2022, kayo po ba ay pinaakyat din ni ASEC Sunshine to receive this envelope which you refused to open?
Not on
Parang alam na po natin ang susunod na kabanata dito sa teleserye na to. Itong si Yusek Sunshine, baka malamang sa malamang kakanta din ho yan laban dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte.
2020. I don't recall 20.
Pero in fairness, wala pa naman wala pa naman na nabibitawan dito na kung saan papangit yung ima bakit binibigyan ng 50,000 ito, siyang head ng procurement body o kung ano pa man yan. Yung 50,000 mali, di ko natin alam. Wala bang utang sa ICBP, Sara?
22. We have we have gifts on December, but I don't recall a monthly thing before that.
In other words, from August 15, 2022, that is the date of your appointment as USEC for HR, until before February 2023, which is your appointment as head of procuring entity, you are not receiving any envelope from ASEC Sunshine.
No.
And you will confirm that this envelope started only when you were appointed as head of procuring entity.
It's actually not very clear to me anymore, but I recall we also received some amounts in 2022, but it's very vague to me anymore. So, and then I don't have the envelope. So, parang it wasn't.
So how do you receive those amounts which are vague, not regular, if there are no envelopes?
No, I think it's only once. It's like a Christmas bonus. Pero siguro hindi siya naka-envelope kasi I didn't keep it.
Tama po bang sabihin, ma'am, na yun pong regular monthly envelope which you later on found out contains 50,000 per envelope, ay nag-umpisa lamang nung kayo na-appoint as head of procuring entity?
As far, I'm still keeping those envelopes, so I would like to say yes.
Yes, because it is very clear from your affidavit, no? This envelope started in February and ended in September of 2023. And earlier you said kayo po'y na-appoint bilang HOPE noong February 2023. And prior to that, since your appointment in August 15, 2022, wala kayong nare-recall regular envelope which you were receiving from ASEC Sunshine. Can you please enlighten us? What is with hope? Bakit doon lang po nag-umpisa itong envelope na ito upon your appointment as head of procuring entity?
It's a very difficult task, especially for someone who has not tried to be one before. Parang it's an area that I really evaded all my entire government life. But there's just too many already pending procurement at that time. So when I was asked if I could be designated as the hope, I
Pangit
first
nitong si Luis
referred
to.
them to other people who are seasoned in procurement.
Napanood nyo na ho ba yung kissing scene nila mag-asawa?
But Yusek Rebsi
Yeah.
was already too preoccupied with operations. So I finally accepted the position, and it was difficult because I have to study the procurement law, and I was given I had a lawyer and someone who's already a retiree to review the documents with me when we signed the contracts. And I had commitment from when I accepted the post, I made it a family decision, Like among the execom, I asked our legal before, Yusek Brady and ASEC Amanda Nograles, that everything that I signed has to be thoroughly reviewed by legal. And so I had that commitment of support from everyone in the execom, and so I accepted the post.
In brief, ma'am, can you please enlighten us? Why do you say na mahirap, difficult ang position ng Hope?
Because you have to you have to look through all the documents, and it's like
Which documents, ma'am?
everything that goes through the bidding process. I am not part of the bidding process itself, but on the time that I was appointed, I was the one tasked to form the structure of who's chair for BAC 1, BAC 2. So I spoke to all the people which I know I will have comfort to chair specific committees at specific BAC. But the process of bidding, I'm not part of it because you have to maintain you have to make sure that you're not enmeshed with the process itself, but you're just reviewing to make sure that the vice president secretary is protected with everything that I signed because it's a delegated function.
In other words,
she's supposed to be the hope.
In other words, ma'am, you're the person who check all the documents coming from BAC before the vice president signs or approves.
No, I signed because
You sign for the...
I have to sign because I'm the one the hope signs. It's delegated to me already.
And you will agree with me if I would say na you consider it difficult because it concerns matter about procurement and bidding,
Yes.
where there are a lot of issues surrounding, sometimes
And it's just
issues
too
about
many.
bribery and corruption. You agree with me?
yes,
And what do you think is the reason kung bakit yung envelope nag-start lang during your appointment as Hope?
I think
Bakit
it's-
po walang envelope nung HR pa lang kayo? Tapos biglang nagka-envelope nung naging Hope kayo?
I think
Naku.
it's like an allowance maybe for an extra work because sometimes I have to stay until midnight to look at the documents when sometimes I have
If
one.
that is just an allowance, ma'am, then the rest of the officials of the DepEd should be...
Hindi maganda yun. Hindi maganda yung sagot mo na yun, madam. Hindi maganda yung sagot mo na yun. Ayaw yun ni Luis Tro.
Oops, do you think so? Don't you think so, ma'am? If that is just an allowance, then the rest of the officers of DepEd should have their own envelopes as well.
Mr. Chair, that's precisely the reason why I did not open any of it. Because
I
that was
understand.
very uncomfortable on
I
my
understand. And that leads me to the next question, ma'am. Why were you so uncomfortable with the envelope when you believe that that is just an allowance?
Because, Ma'am, I'm 40 years, Mr. Chair, I'm 40 years in government. The only time I have an ombudsman case is when I advise my principal not to sign an importation. When I was the deputy cabinet secretary, and I advised my principal not to sign an importation because there was no rice crisis. That's my only ombudsman. I have to protect that name. Self-made po kami. I come from Samar. I was a scholar since I was grade 1 until I took my PhD. So I have all reasons to protect my name, Your Honor. And I'm in the home stretch of my career. And then I'm being thrown into that position, which I have no control because I'm only studying it. So that's my...
Ma'am, I wish to remind you of the terminologies which you mentioned already, with all due respect po sa inyo, no? Because I want to elicit this information from you. Kanina po sabi nyo, the position, the job of hope is very difficult. Do you confirm?
Yes.
Yes. And you did not open the envelope because you feel so uncomfortable. Do you confirm?
Yes.
And then recently you made mention na it was only once that I had this case with the ombudsman. Do you confirm?
Yes, ma'am.
And you also made mention that you wish to protect yourself. Do you confirm?
Yes.
And the
Mr.
reason,
Chair.
ma'am, is because you believe that that envelope is a bribe.
Naku po,
Do
ba't
you
naging
agree
bribe
with
kagad?
Because otherwise,
Ba't naging bribe?
you will not appreciate.
Kanino galing yung bribe? Hanip talaga tong si Luistro ah. Galing, dapat trabaho mo Madam Taylor. Galing mo magtahi.
Appreciate the job as difficult. You will not
Biglang tumalon sa
uncomfortable
bribe.
opening what you
Anak ng
believe is allowance. You will not be thinking about the ombudsman case. You will not be thinking about protecting yourself. The reason why you are considering all these concerns is because you believe that the envelope is a bribe. Do you
Naku po.
agree? Yes or no, ma'am?
Oh.
It's kind of harsh word to use,
Oh.
bribe, because if
Or should I say,
Oh,
it is a
Mami,
means to influence your decision being the hope?
it could be.
You said yes to that? You said it could be.
Could be.
I wish to manifest, Mr. Chair, that on the story, on the narration of the resource speaker about this envelope, she received and she refused to open until the same is donated from February 2023 to September 2023 is a means actually to influence the decision of our resource speaker being the one who approved all the decision of the BAC in behalf of the DepEd Secretary. Tama po ba, ma'am?
There was only one instance that I could recall.
Nako, nag-iiba yung sagot ni Madam. Hindi yan magugustuhan ni Luistro. Dapat consistent. Banat kay VP Sara. Attack.
There was no one spoke to me about. Well, there was an instance where I tried to let bidding lapse, but I ended up signing it because